Pistons pop with holiday cheer. Sleigh bells ring and engines near. Two-stroke stuffing's got the...
Hi, I'm Alex. You might remember me from things like the previous video, which is a while back. And it's ironic, I think I ended that video with it won't be long until the next one. And I'm still working on boring out my cylinder castings at home before I send them off for plating. The reason I want to bore them out myself, not to final dimension, but almost, is because I want to put a big chamfer on the exhaust port roof before they get plated. I actually can't really remember where I have some footage from like 3 weeks ago on the camera, but we're working on an adapter for holding these concentrically in the lathe so that I can machine them in the mill and then put them in the lathe and do the bore. I want to say Merry Christmas, and I'm sorry I didn't let you know that I was going to take a little break here. And the reason I took a little break is because you know how the 2 years prior to this have been, and now things are much better. But it felt like I had to. It's been hard these past 2 years, and I think it's better to just take a break from everything. Like, it's not just this, it's everything, and just relax for a couple of weeks, and then be really back in business over Christmas in January. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me through all this, and especially my patrons. And I want to thank NordVPN for dealing with my weird behavior and actually sticking with me too. They're sponsoring this video. If you didn't know by now, they create an encrypted tunnel for your data to travel in, so nobody can spy on that data and steal your stuff, which is important. It gets increasingly more important now with AI and how it's more dangerous now, I think. Another super cool thing with NordVPN is that you can pretend to be from wherever you want, and that's my favorite thing with it. You can watch movies, play games, stuff like that, get cheap plane tickets from other countries than the country you're in, and vice versa. You can be somewhere else and get access to the stuff at home, which you wouldn't otherwise have access to. They keep you safe, and they're super useful, especially when you're traveling. And they're super cool for supporting a crackpot like me. Head to nordvpn.com/2strokestuffing for a great deal. And it's risk-free with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you, NordVPN.
Two-stroke the stuffing in our side, sparking up the winter night.
So last time we failed at boring out my cylinder castings, and today, or in this episode, we're gonna make a faceplate for my lathe. Probably make a solid tool post, maybe just fix one of the stripped threads here, and then we're gonna take advantage of some of the materials sent to me by Sverre Bruland. Sveisebua, thank you, Sverre. Probably this piece, 4140, and use that as a boring bar holder, as this is my biggest boring bar. Probably should have gotten just a fatter one, but we can make kind of a boring bar adapter out of this. Make it small enough to fit in here, but not much more, and a sturdy mounting point. And in that way we can have kind of like a stubby boring bar in a fat holder and make it super rigid. First we'll have to remove the chuck. It's due for a cleanup anyways, both inside and outside. It's not as bad as it looks. This is just flash rust. Flash rust from a quick temperature change here in Pleasant, Norway. As you can see, this is just surface rust. A thin coating of surface rust. The inside is worse though. There's so much
The inside is worse though. There's so much warmth in there.
And immediately we stumble upon a problem here. This is too large for this, of course. And I could flip it and machine this away and mount it this way. But the whole thing is I'll show you. I want this, the outside part here, which will be machined in the mill when we're doing all the other features. I want that to register snugly in a board so that I can have it be concentric with what I've already machined without having to dial it in. We need something bigger, so we need to find something bigger to make this, to do this the right way. And I found a somewhat local source of boring bars, and they had a set with the biggest being 20 millimeters, and it wasn't that expensive. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna find a huge chunk of metal to use as my faceplate, and then also buy that set. That's my plan for tomorrow.
I think you forgot about that plan, and never mind, and now all
Now we're gonna see what we can do with this tool post. There's one of these, I think it's this one, it's stripped. So there's no threads left there. Replace this or solid tool post. Let's try the normal tool post first. Let's see if I can find some replacements for these. Like that. More additions to my pile of scrap. This will be the new boring bar. So I could clamp. I'm not sure if I want to kind of clamp this in there or if I'm going to try to machine a feature for holding the inserts. That's the more professional way of doing it. We'll see. And I want to thank Mekanisk Service in Halden, Norway, for giving me this huge chunk of something pretty hard, I think. So that'll be the adapter for holding the cylinders. It's too large for my mill, so I think we'll have to do some creative milling to like the travel. It can't travel this far, I think, if I remember correctly. So after Christmas, we're gonna continue working on this at a more normal pace again. That's the plan. Get the train moving, back in business, as I've said so many times before. But hopefully the little break will help with getting stuff sorted. So thanks for watching and a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time.